Let's do a quick reality check. Your liver is basically the behind-the-scenes employee of your body. It never takes a day off. It processes nutrients, helps manage blood sugar, breaks down alcohol and medications, produces bile to digest fats, and filters stuff you absolutely do not want floating around your bloodstream like it's a public swimming pool. And because the liver is polite in the most annoying way, it can be under stress for a long time without screaming. It doesn't always send a dramatic, "I'm broken" alert. Sometimes it sends subtle little hints that look like everyday life. Tiredness, weird digestion, random itching, skin changes you blame on weather, and so on. So today we're doing a fast Spot the Clues episode, 7 warning signs that can suggest your liver needs attention. This is not a diagnosis. Think of it as a smart checklist that tells you when it's time to stop guessing and actually get checked. Because if you're waiting for a neon sign, you might be waiting too long. Before we jump in, one key idea. These signs can have many causes. Seeing one sign doesn't mean your liver is doomed, but seeing several, or seeing them persist, or seeing them suddenly appear together is your body waving a little flag that says, "Hey, can we talk?" Sign number 1, yellowing of the skin or eyes. This is the classic one, and yes, it's real. When the liver has trouble processing bilirubin, a yellow pigment from the normal breakdown of red blood cells, that pigment can build up. The whites of the eyes can look yellow, the skin can take on a yellow tint, and people might say, "You look kind of warm-toned today." No, it's not a new filter. It's something worth taking seriously. Sign number 2, urine that looks unusually dark. Not "I didn't drink water today" dark. We're talking tea-colored or cola-colored, especially if it shows up without a clear reason. When bilirubin spills into urine, it can darken the color. If you're well hydrated and it still looks like you're peeing iced coffee, that's not the vibe. Now, both of those signs can be strong clues, but the liver doesn't stop there. It sends other messages too, and some of them are weirdly easy to ignore because they don't feel liver-related. That's exactly why people miss them. And no, Googling at 3 in the morning does not count as medical care. I see you. Sign number 3, pale, clay-colored, or unusually light stools. Yes, we're talking about poop. Welcome to adulthood. Normally, bile helps give stool its typical brown color. If bile flow is reduced or blocked, stool can become much lighter, sometimes grayish or clay-like. If your bathroom results suddenly look like they belong to a different species, it's worth noticing. And if pale stools happen together with dark urine or yellow eyes, that combination deserves a real checkup, not just vibes. Sign number 4, persistent itching with no obvious skin cause. This one makes people furious because it feels random. Why am I itchy? I moisturized. I changed soap. I even apologized to my laundry detergent. When bile-related substances build up in the bloodstream, they can trigger itching, sometimes all over, sometimes worst at night, sometimes without a visible rash. If it's persistent and unexplained, your skin might be complaining about something happening deeper inside. Sign number 5, swelling or bloating in the belly or swelling in the legs or ankles. Your liver helps regulate fluid balance through proteins like albumin and through its effect on blood flow. When the liver struggles, fluid can leak and collect. That can look like a belly that's bloated for no clear reason, or ankles that swell more than usual. Of course, bloating can be food-related, and leg swelling has many causes, but sudden or persistent swelling deserves attention, especially if it's paired with other symptoms. Here's why these signs matter. The liver isn't just a filter. It's also a factory. It produces proteins that help keep fluid in the bloodstream, and it helps manage circulation through the liver itself. When the factory slows down or the plumbing gets weird, the body starts showing it in ways that seem unrelated until you connect the dots. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, but I'm itchy sometimes and bloated sometimes. Am I dying? Not necessarily, but patterns matter, duration matters, multiple signs together matter. If you're stacking symptoms like it's a bad achievement list, it's time to stop ignoring your body's notifications. Also, friendly reminder, a lot of liver stress can be silent. That's why basic checkups and liver blood tests can be so useful. It's like checking your car's engine light before the car decides to teach you a lesson on the highway. Sign number 6. Easy bruising or bleeding more than usual. Your liver helps make clotting factors, the proteins that help your blood clot properly. When the liver isn't performing well, bruises can show up more easily, or you might notice bleeding gums, frequent nosebleeds, or bleeding that feels harder to stop. If you're turning into a peach that bruises from a gentle bump, don't just blame furniture. Your body may be telling you something about how well it can maintain normal clotting. You might also notice small red or purple spots on the skin, or spider-like tiny blood vessels, especially on the upper body. Those can happen for multiple reasons, but they're sometimes seen when the liver's balance of hormones and circulation shifts. Again, not a diagnosis, but a clue. Now let's talk about the symptom that people dismiss the most because it sounds too normal. Sign number 7. Ongoing fatigue, brain fog, or feeling unusually wiped out. Yes, everyone is tired. Congratulations, you live on Earth in modern society. But there's a difference between I stayed up late and I feel drained in a way that doesn't match my life. The liver is central to metabolism and energy management. When it's under strain, people can feel tired, weak, or mentally foggy. Some may feel irritable, have trouble focusing, or feel like their brain is running on low battery all day. In more serious situations, confusion, sleepiness, or personality changes can be warning signs that need urgent medical attention. If someone seems unusually confused, very sleepy, or not acting like themselves, don't wait it out. That's not the time for herbal experiments. That's the time for professional care. Now, a quick truth bomb. You can't feel liver damage in the early stages the way you feel a sprained ankle. Sometimes you only notice when the body starts compensating poorly. That's why these signs matter. They're not here to scare you, they're here to stop you from normalizing something that shouldn't be normal. If you recognized one sign, okay, note it. If you recognized several, or they're persistent, or they're getting worse, it's worth getting checked. A clinician can run blood tests and look at liver enzymes, bilirubin, clotting markers, and more. That's not drama, that's just smart. Let's recap the 7 signs in plain language so you can remember them without needing a medical dictionary. 1. Yellowing of the eyes or skin. 2. Unusually dark urine that isn't explained by dehydration. 3. Pale, clay-colored stools. 4. Persistent itching with no clear skin cause. 5. Swelling or bloating in the belly or swelling in legs or ankles. 6. Easy bruising or unusual bleeding. 7. Ongoing fatigue, brain fog, or feeling unusually wiped out. Now, what should you do with this information? First, don't panic. Panic is not a health plan. Second, don't self-diagnose your entire life based on one symptom. Third, do respect patterns. If symptoms persist, cluster, or suddenly appear together, that's your cue to get evaluated. Also, a practical note, if you're taking supplements, herbal products, or medications regularly, mention them to a professional. Natural doesn't always mean gentle, and your liver is the one doing the processing work. It deserves honesty, not surprises. And please remember, this video is general education, not a diagnosis. If you're worried, the smartest move is a real medical check. A simple blood test can give you clarity that anxiety can't. Question for the comments. Which warning sign do you think people ignore the most, and why? If this helped you, hit like, share it with someone who needs a quick reality check, and subscribe to Wiseuse for more.